Live from the corner office of the newly canceled Panorama Towers in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's the Mastication Station. With your host, Tony J Lemmon. And an exact replica of the Studio Ed, Lee Daly. Our guest tonight, continental traveler and crowd control artist, Gary Schafer. And card-carrying tuba player and a sister to the blind, Ben Fischer. Our sponsor tonight is Stuff, mostly from 1998. From things to objects, Stuff. It's spacious. And our house band tonight is two-time Grammer nominee, Liebchen. And now, he's safe in my heart, and your heart will go on and on. Tony J Lemmon.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Ooh. You know, this is smaller than they advertised. Actually, it's like it's like Barbie's Malibu Dream House or something.
Right. It's the back studio for the Celine Dion stage.
Salon what?
Salon hair products studio. I think it's more of like a closet.
Oh yeah.
But it's got a great view of the skyline and the strip.
Yeah, I saw it. The what?
The strip.
The strip. I saw some of these windows are huge, but it's just like a small closet.
Well, it condenses your talent.
I hope so.
And processes like a squeezy bag
and all that.
Right next to us is the Susie Back oven studio.
Susie Back what?
The Susie Back oven. The tiny, they make the little, with the light and put the cake in. Easy Bake Oven studio is right next to us.
Her name is Susie, actually.
Yeah, there's some miniature person is cooking.
Yes.
Right next door. Maybe we'll get a cake later.
Hey, welcome to Mastication Station. I have to admit, I'm having kind of an issue here. My heart, I can't feel it. Well, first of all, last Christmas, I gave someone my heart.
Oh.
I can't remember who has it because I need it back.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to go to the Heart Attack Hotel over there, I'll grill.
I know who has your heart.
Oh.
And they gave it away the very next day.
Really?
They did. It was tragic. I don't think you can go there without a heart.
I'm not sure I should ever do that again.
I don't think you should be standing.
Just willy-nilly be giving my heart away to people.
I mean, people just give them away without a thought.
I don't know.
This year, I think you should give it away to somebody that you really like.
I like.
Or love.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah, but you need to find it if you're going to go to that place you want to go to.
Yes, where the burgers are like 15,000 calories per square inch or something like that.
Yeah.
Burgers are really tall, and so there's whatever.
So the promotion is just to go there and die.
Eat
and die.
They have, when you come in there, you have to wear the gurney, or the gown.
Wearing the gurney would be more
gurney.
difficult.
Yeah, wear the gown. The nurses come and take your order, and everything is, for your death certificate and everything.
Are the gowns open in the back?
They are as usual.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's fun. I usually want to double bag myself after that. But, hey, welcome to Mastication Station, and right now, here is the Studio Ed, Lee Daly.
Hey, welcome, folks, and I'd like to thank our studio audience. We're at capacity crowd of 1,501. The one person is still standing in the back. We'd like to thank everyone for making it through the maze of corridors and hallways past Celine Dion.
Yes.
Her stage presence is spectacular. We can kind of hear her in the background. Mm-hmm. But we're in a capacity crowd here, and they came to see you.
And you.
And me. Yeah. And not so much, but
mostly you.
I did hear some murmurings in the crowd about the gluten.
Yes.
And so we might want to not bring anything dealing with gluten up, because the Canadian Gluten Board is still giving us calls.
Well, and we didn't have time to put things under chairs anyway.
No.
That stuff went a long way, because they had to have their body fluids with them.
With them at all times.
Some of them forgot, how it is.
Some of them are still leaking.
Yes.
In the studio.
That was in Flagstaff, so that doesn't matter anymore.
It was hot there. It's not so hot here.
I am wearing my Vegas tie as well. You can see that the lights shine every time I do this. Like a little Tommy Tune thing there.
Oh.
Put that cookie down now!
There is this actress, you may have heard this, that's on the show Modern Family, I believe, and she's being sued, and I want you to guess who's suing her.
NBC.
No.
ABC.
No.
The Children's
You have
Network.
15 more guesses.
Disney. Very, very small people.
She is being sued by her 2 frozen embryos.
Oh.
Yes. For custody, I believe. I'm not sure how that works, but
How do they contact a lawyer?
I don't know. But their demands so far are they just want to have stock in the Cold Stone Creamery. So
that's
it's
nice.
not too bad.
Yes, better than a Cold Stone Nuttery.
Well, bring thee to a nuttery.
Bring thee to a nunnery or nuttery.
Nuttery. Our guests tonight are Gary Schafer. He is a North American traveler and guitar player and all-around good guy who watches crowds.
Collects dirt.
Collects dirt. Yes,
dirt.
collects dirt. It's fascinating.
Very weird.
I almost want to eat it. It looks so delicious.
It looks like chocolate pudding.
It looked like a cookie recipe.
I think you should put something in it.
Even though it's not been
a
on
seed.
yet.
Just put a seed in it.
Yes.
Whatever it is.
Drill that thing open.
How
and
hard
find
can it
out.
be? Open it up, put a seed in it.
And we also have Ben Schafer. Not Ben Schafer.
Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller. No, we have Ben Fischer.
Ben Fischer.
Ben Fischer.
Does he fish?
He has probably fished.
That's how in the old days, you had your name is what you did.
He is an official licensed tuba player. Thankfully, he didn't bring one.
No.
But he did bring a tube of toothpaste. So
Tuba.
we'll be right back after that, and we'll see you in a little bit. Thank you.
Alrighty.
You know, if you're on a low-fat, low-cholesterol diet and you start eating Quaker oatmeal every day, it could help bring your cholesterol down. And they got numbers to show you that. Now, I'm going to tell you about something they can't measure with numbers, okay? I just plain feel better every day. As a matter of fact, most of the time, I feel terrific. And to me, that's worth more than all the numbers they got. Quaker oatmeal. It's the right thing to do.
I like rock, paper, scissors, Spock. That's a big game.
Oh,
Lizard, Spock. They added 2 more. Lizard and Spock.
are we on? Hey, are we on? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, welcome back to Mastication Station. Something fell. Welcome back to Mastication Station. We are filming on film here in Barbie's Malibu Dream House. We were moved to another studio here in Las Vegas, Nevada, with a capacity crowd of
1501.
15.
I'd like to thank all the folks who made it through the Celine Dion Theater to come to our theater. So, folks, if you notice on your ticket, it said Celine Dion in small print and Mastication Station in large print.
That's beautiful. There you are, Lee. I see
Making
you
it
now.
through here, we appreciate your patronage.
Some technical difficulties as we find out where our studio actually is. And Celine Dion, what song is she singing right now currently?
I think the Titanic thing.
Oh, okay.
It's very sad, haunting, and depressing, unlike this show.
Yes, I do want to have a spoiler though. The boat does go down. So,
Yeah.
well, part of it did. Some of it went up. For
You know,
a while.
I don't know if you watched that movie, but when they're in the elevator and they hit the water, they're normal. That water would be freezing,
Yeah,
and they'd be freaking out.
that would be bad.
It would be warm water.
But if they had a violin, then
It'd
they
be
could
sadder.
at least change the songs when it was
I
happening.
don't think the elevator would work if it was underwater.
Our sponsor tonight is Stuff. Stuff from 1998. So we're enjoying those things tonight too. Our guest tonight is Gary Schafer, and he is here.
Welcome,
He
Gary.
He is a world-renowned traveler of North America, as well as a guitar player. So would you please welcome Gary Schafer?
Thank you. I want to thank you for inviting me a second time.
Yes.
I couldn't make it the first time you asked, but I've always wanted to go to Vegas, and I really appreciate the opportunity to be here.
So Vegas is a dream come true for you.
More or less, yeah.
I hope it's a good dream.
Yeah, I flew in last night. I think I was on a spy plane.
Yeah, we flew our guests in all
Spy
the time.
plane.
Oh, but yeah, of
Based
course.
on our
Spy plane.
Based on our
Budget air.
budget and our sponsor.
That was a spy plane. It was a Learjet. So
Yeah,
I came with a spy.
very leery of that, of course.
Leery.
So you've been to many states. So what was one of the? I see a thing here. I don't know if that's a sample of something that came out of.
It's my jar of dirt.
Okay, a jar of dirt here. So why don't you explain that to everybody that's here?
Summer of 2015, we had the opportunity to take a trip. Myself, my wife, my daughter, and my in-laws, and we traveled the West. Made a big giant circle, and had a great time. And this is What a cheap souvenir, huh? $3 jar from Big Lots and free dirt
is it
around
chocolate?
the country.
Oh, it's dirt.
It's dirt.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Layers of different colors, dirt from around the country. And
So these are, how many states does
15.
this represent?
starting with Kentucky, going down to all the way down to Illinois.
I see it there.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you have I'm assuming you have a favorite layer
I do.
of dirt there.
This dark layer towards the bottom. This is Minnesota.
Okay.
This represents Minnesota.
Okay.
Not the entire state, but
It represents, it's like one electoral vote.
it's something like
Yeah.
that. My wife and her parents were huge Little House on the Prairie fans. Michael Landon, Melissa Gilbert. And at one point they lived on a place called Plum Creek. And this is actually from the banks of Plum Creek.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
So
So
this may be some dirt that Laura Ingalls Wilder actually had in her mouth.
she may have had in her mouth. That would
mud
be,
pies or something. So.
we would only hope, but you can do a sample and see if her DNA is on it if you want to.
And I was a little confused about your sponsor. I know last
Oh.
time your sponsor was gluten,
Yes.
which I really enjoyed. By
Which
the
we
way.
still are having
Phone calls from
phone calls
the
from the
Canadian
Canadians,
Gluten
yeah.
Commission.
But so I brought you a sample of a gluten-free sample.
Oh!
Yeah, gluten-free.
Oh, it's a gluten-free
sample.
sample. I'll put it right here. Like this.
You
Cookies!
hear about gluten a
Look,
lot.
it's gluten.
Not many people have seen gluten-free.
Free.
Yeah.
that you would
Well, here it
enjoy.
is.
There
And
yeah.
it is just
Don't
as
spill it.
You're going to make a mess
it
again.
is just as delicious as last time.
I know you're going to ask me to put that in my dirt jar. I'm not going to do
No.
that. So
It's not very filling.
it's-
It appears to be not
it's
very
low
filling.
calorie. Yeah, it really is.
Low
lean.
cal.
You have to eat a lot of it to get full.
And it gives you a little gas.
Unlike gluten.
Because it's just air. So.
But I have a binder. I made
Yeah.
a binder for everybody. This is my wife's binder, and
Is everyone in the audience going to get a copy of that binder?
No, if
It's
they
under
look
the
under their
chair.
seats, they will not find the binder, and they won't find any gluten free.
Oh, man, well.
Well, they will find gluten free if they look
Tease
under
them.
their seat.
Tease them
But
with that.
I made a binder for everybody. I really kind of got into this. This became a hobby.
Yeah.
It was my job to drive, load and unload luggage, and plan.
You drove
trip.
the whole time?
I drove 7,500 of the 7,800 miles.
Oh my gosh, 7,500 of the 700.
7,800 miles.
That's like That's like once around the world.
And made a little itinerary, for everybody. And
Whoa.
I made a page for every day of the trip, what we were going to do that day, where we went, what we were going to see, and there was a place for people to journal.
It's like a
And,
workbook.
It was. I mean, it was. I had the average daily temperature for that time of year, so people would kind of have an idea how hot it was going to be. It was hotter than usual on our trip, but we have a big country and not many people live in it. It's amazingly big.
Not many people live in it?
Not many people live in it. It's a lot of
not out
miles and
there
miles of
anyways.
nothing.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we have like 3 people every, square inch or
How did you handle deviations? Like someone, say one of your in-laws says, let's go see the giant frying pan. It's not on your itinerary.
We saw the giant frying pan. We didn't plan on it in Iowa.
Side trip, road trip?
Yep. We found it quite by accident. So we saw the giant frying pan. I think my daughter stood up inside of it, and we took pictures of that.
Was it hot in there?
No, they cook without any oil.
Okay.
So, it's pretty easy. No, the trip was amazing. We had some interesting surprises along the way.
Okay.
2 in particular, one that I think you'll find very interesting. We were at a rest stop off the interstate in Tennessee, and we were going to have a picnic lunch. And so we were just getting ready to have the blessing on the meal, and I looked off to the side, and I saw 6 young men approaching our table.
Uh-oh.
And not knowing who they were, I decided to walk over and intercept them to create a barrier between them and my family,
Which you do for a living. So.
which I would sacrifice myself.
Yes, of
So, kind of what I do at work. So, young man stuck his hand out, said, "Hi, I'm Pastor Rick." Well, that kind of made me feel a little better. And he said, "We're on a scavenger hunt. It's the men staff versus the women staff. And one of the things on the list is to get a picture of us praying with strangers." And we figured a rest stop would be a good place.
That's interesting. Yeah.
So I felt a little more at ease and was kind of looking him in the eye. I wasn't really looking at what he was wearing. It's part of the story. So we interspersed. Every other person was either a staff member or a family member. We held hands. They said, could we hold hands? One eye open during the prayer. I was still watching. We asked the blessing. And when we finished, I looked up and I saw his T-shirt, Snyder High School.
Oh, really?
No way.
Way.
Was
That's
it a
in
Y
Fort
or
Wayne,
an I?
right?
I said, is that the Snyder from Fort Wayne? He said, yes.
Wow.
I said, are you from Fort Wayne? He said, yes. He had gone to high school at Snyder, Black Hawk Middle School. And
So
here
you
we
had
were
to
miles
travel.
we were in Tennessee.
Okay, so you traveled like 500 miles to see somebody
in
from
the
down
middle of
street.
nowhere.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Wow.
So when I told him that was from there, he was all excited, and we talked a little bit, and that was really weird.
Have you stayed in contact with him?
No,
No.
I didn't.
Maybe he was an angel.
Maybe.
How was he dressed? That sounded like that was part of it.
Snyder T-shirt.
Oh, that part.
Jeans.
I thought it was like, you know.
No, he's wearing a football
Dressed-
outfit.
Yeah, he was a football player.
He's a football player, or yeah, he's a wrestler.
No, the other really weird thing, and this was really unexpected. We got into Amarillo, Texas, and as we pulled into town, we passed the Big Texan Steakhouse, which is where we planned to eat supper, because it's part of Route 66, and that's a part of the trip. We're on part of Route 66, and so as we drove by to our hotel, I thought, oh, we're going to drive to a hotel. I'm going to drive back there for supper. So we got into the motel. It was a Red Roof Inn, and it was the only Red Roof we stayed at. And I was making small talk with the lady in the lobby, and I said, yeah, we're on a big trip west, and we're going to stop at the Big Texan, eat supper. And she said, are you going to ride the limo?
Oh.
And I did one of these. There was a moment of silence. I said, limo, what are you talking about? She said, are you going to ride the limo? I said, I'm sorry, I'm confused. And she said, look behind you. And there was a big placard on an easel. It said, Big Texan Steakhouse, limousine service, local hotels. And they actually picked people up from local hotels and took them. So my first thought was, this is great, because no one knows it. This is a surprise to everybody. And the second thought was, I don't have to drive 9 miles back across town.
So how many people did you have on the trip with
5.
you? So
Five of us,
because
5 people.
did you get in the limo then?
Yeah, all 5 of us. I mean, she said, what time do you want to eat? And I said, gave her a time, and she said the limo will be here. And
Wow.
we went and unpacked our stuff. We had about an hour. And
Is it real
unpack
dark
and,
in there?
in the
Is it
limo?
like the light, little
Or in the
lighty
hotel
things?
room?
Well,
It
in the
is until you
in
turn
the
the lights
limo.
on.
See,
They
Tony,
open the door, the light comes on.
Okay.
And then they shut the door, the light goes off. But it's not
Like a
that
fridge,
dark.
basically.
But basically, without the cooling part. But we enjoyed the trip. We went over in a black limo, I think it was, or one was white, one was black. On the way over, the 2 different limos had the big longhorn horns on the front of the vehicle, and because we're in Texas.
Sure.
And
that comes standard issue, I think.
went in style, took us over there, and we ate and came back in a limo, and it was wonderful.
when are we ever going to be in a limo, Tony?
We've had one. You didn't see it?
Well, you're not allowed to drive, so I don't know why we don't get a limo more often.
So looking at this, I am
Binder.
telling that maybe you planned a little bit ahead of time.
About 3 months.
3 months ahead of
It took
time.
me I started serious planning. We left in June 13th of 2015. I started serious planning probably in March. So March, April, May were pretty intense, and then that first part of June was actually putting everything, copying everything, and putting the binders together. I mean, I had everything in the computer by then, so printing everything out, doing the cover page and getting all that done and assembled and getting everything ready.
So you said the trip was what, 3,000 miles or whatever?
It was 7,800 miles.
70.
No, he drove 4,900 of them.
No, we drove 7,500.
He drove most of them.
Was
Are
that,
you both in the math?
I want to know if
of
that
course,
was. I don't know if that was kilometers, but
kilometers.
so
Centimeters.
how many hours was that then? If it was
7,800 miles.
78,
how many hours. We kind of had a routine. We got into kind of some people would call it a rut, but it was a routine where we would get up in the morning, eat the free breakfast or find a breakfast.
continental breakfast?
Oh.
So you had to wear your powdered wig?
Intercontinental breakfast. Sometimes it was good, sometimes not so good, but we usually made do if it was free. I did not base my hotel selection solely on whether it was free or not, whether it was a breakfast, but that was a part of
They'd
it.
have rooms.
I did bed bug checks, 2 registries. I cross-checked, want to make sure. That was one of our concerns. You're traveling that much, that's a possibility.
Do they have
of
a
getting
bed bug like a rating system? Like how many bed bugs it has?
Pictures of the bugs?
Yeah.
No, they don't. They just tell whether there's reports or not, whether they're bed bug free. So that was a real concern of mine. But no, as far the routine was, we would get up, have breakfast, and I would load everything. People would help, but I would lug the big stuff up on top. People would hand me stuff, get the van loaded, and then we would do our sightseeing in the cooler part of the day. So between 9 to about 12 or 1, and then we travel, get lunch. We loved the Golden Corrals. The big joke on the trip became Golden Corrals across America, or McDonald's across America, or Walmarts across America.
Because you'd have to take a, you want to take a
you couldn't
long
take
stretch.
everything you needed on a trip
Yeah.
like that, so we would have to stop and maybe get things we needed. But we would try to eat a big lunch then, and then while everybody else took a nap. No.
Yeah.
I would drive,
including the driver.
I would drive for about four
sleep
to
I've
5
ever had
hours.
was on
We
that.
averaged not quite, about 278 to 305 miles a day, somewhere in that range.
But you could
Not
be a
to
little
be
more
exact.
exact than
That's
that.
very
I
extremely
didn't get
precise.
into the point, the
Yeah.
decimal part. of it.
0.06 miles.
But,
Definitely.
but then we would get to our hotel somewhere between 5:30, 6:30, and check in and unload and have supper. And it was some people would call it grueling. I call it adventuresome. It was once in a lifetime. I found myself not really getting exhausted or very tired because it was so exciting. I slept very good at night, and that I historically don't sleep well in hotels. I mean, you know, I did take my own pillow, but because of neck issues, but I slept extremely well. And then we get up and do it all over again.
Yeah.
There were 3 points in the trip where we stayed 2 nights to get off the road for a day because I thought we needed to rest. Of course, there were laundry stops, so laundry mats across America was another big joke. So
there
was
are Golden
just-
Corral laundromats, aren't there?
Never found that.
that's
no.
too bad.
That
Was there
would've
ever a
been
point in your trip where you just wanted to pull over and just let everybody out?
No,
And say,
surprisingly,
move
no.
along?
Some people might have, but we really got along. It was amazing. We always have gotten along, and this was a true test. You know, because that could happen under some circumstances. But we enjoyed doing what we did. We enjoyed the things we saw. We went to 7 national parks.
Wow.
We went to 4 or 5 national monuments. My favorite national monument was probably Devil's Tower. I found that interesting. We went to
Close
several.
Encounters, right?
Yeah,
The alien-
Richard Dreyfuss,
aliens
mashed
in the
potatoes,
back.
the whole thing. Yeah. But we had a great time. We saw some interesting things. We'll never see those things again, probably. It was a survey trip, so we didn't spend that long in any one place. But you kind of got a sense of what you might want to go back and see if you have the chance. Like the state I would like to go back to is Arizona. That was my favorite state. My second favorite state was probably Wyoming.
Where's Arizona?
Arizona is
So when you,
right in
you
here.
talk about the state, you should refer to the
I should.
level.
What level?
So the
that
big
is.
burning questions for me, and I know Lee's not paying attention, but for me
What?
would be what?
He said Arizona. We were in Arizona last time, remember?
Oh,
Yeah,
is that where Flagstaff?
We tried to go
Flagstaff.
golfing.
Was that
We
that-
drove through Flagstaff.
was
where
that
your last
was
show
that
was.
the with the Benihana, the Benny Goodman?
Yeah, where you
Fest-
stayed, where you tried to cut, and then we went to the ER at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no memory of
It was
this.
really hot, really hot.
The big question for me is, what's your next trip? Are you gonna do another one in a couple of years?
No,
You gotta start planning yesterday.
not like that.
Oh, okay.
Last summer, my wife went to Mackinac. We'd never been to Mackinac before, but that was like a 3-day thing. So I have no desire to take a big trip anytime in the near future.
So besides the traveling, you play guitar, and which do you prefer? What kind of guitar? Bass, hurdy-gurdy,
Mandolin.
4-string.
I like them with strings.
Okay.
They're a lot easier to play that way.
Are you second string?
No,
Second
but I'm
fiddle.
third rate. No, I play a Takamine.
A
six-string
Takamine?
Takamine.
Is that a dish we
That's a
have?
Japanese island.
They had that on the
We
show
had
at
that.
Benihana.
Yeah, we had that. Didn't we?
Tsunami took that town out.
Kind of a rice vegetable thing, I think.
That's
You can
really
get chicken
good.
or pork. But Takamine's my favorite guitar. That's my guitar of choice. And That's
Okay.
what I play.
You play guitar?
I make reservations.
I have reservations for that.
I have reservations on this whole conversation.
Okay.
Which leads me to my favorite pun joke.
Which is?
If I can remember it all.
Okay.
What do you call it when you have doubts about having a hotel room booked on Indian land?
Oh boy.
A reservation.
We're going to get calls on that, you know.
Yeah.
well.
That's our next sponsor. So.
I'm part Native American.
Reservation.
Which part?
Part of me?
Yeah.
Cherokee.
Okay.
About a
Are
16th.
you like your right arm or what?
No, 16th. Somewhere in here.
1/16.
Have you ever been to Cherokee, North Carolina?
Yes. Been through there. Driven through there.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It was on fire, though,
kind
a
of
little
in the
while
mountains,
ago.
yeah.
I'm about 1/8 Amish, I think.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're about a lot of
Is
that.
Is that part of the whole driving thing?
Yeah.
The
That's how I
license
walk.
issue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming. I appreciate you being here.
Absolutely.
We do have, do that. We have a challenge.
Okay, get this out
And
of the way.
since it is the holidays, and you can see right here we have our decoration. We are going to be trying to see who can open up the gift first.
Oh, that should be pretty easy.
I think we're going to make this more challenging, Tony.
Yeah, baby.
So just opening the gifts, I mean, that's not too hard. But I think it's maybe opening the gifts with the least amount of tearing of paper. But to do so, to make it more challenging, I brought along some oven mitts.
Oh, boy.
You get your first choice of the fabulous array of oven mitts here.
It looks like an array of oven mitts to choose from.
You can
for each
choose
hand.
one.
I want the holiday theme.
Holiday
The red
theme.
ones.
Both of those?
Yeah.
You
I
want
want
to
the
mix and
same
match?
Mix and
joy.
match?
I want
There
the
you go.
same. I want
Okay.
consistency if I'm going to try this.
And Tony, for you,
I'm
the
not going to look. Just give them to me because I'm supposed to
Joy.
lose. Okay. Okay.
So what are we supposed to do here?
All right. We're going to try.
not tearing.
Lee is our not tearing.
You can't. The person who tears the most loses.
Hamburger helper. All right. So
what are we
we're
gonna
not going to
do?
be able to tear them.
Well, you're going to have to obviously tear
Obviously
them,
tear
but the
them.
person who shreds them loses.
Okay.
Okay. So how much time do we have to do this?
Until commercial.
Until we go to commercial break.
Okay. I'm planning my place of attack.
Can,
So
can we
he's
have
gonna
a quick second to plan
Decide
strategy?
where you want to start.
Lee's
Okay.
going to say go whenever he says
Okay.
go.
Audience members, you have your timers. And 3, 2, 1, go. This is going to be forever.
I can do it.
Maybe we should put a time limit on this.
Thursday. Oh.
Well, we have to check out of the hotel.
Am I-
by- Oh, there's
Oh, no.
definite loser on Tony's
I can't even
side.
get the paper
Fort Knox has
started.
been opened.
Oh.
I haven't won yet.
Yeah, you have.
It's a new car.
I can't even get started. Look at there.
Look at that.
That's hard. Up.
Loser!
You're the winner.
That's the first contest you've ever won, Tony.
Nice job.
I
Tony.
won. Is that the first time?
It's the first time you ever won legally. Without cheating.
Legally.
Where's my $5?
It's under your seat. It's in the gluten-free bag that you brought.
Hey, audience, say hi to Gary. Thanks for coming here. We'll be right back after this.
See ya. Bye,
I know a place that's peaceful and quiet. A place where animals play. It's called the forest, but every year we start forest fires. A careless match, a cigarette, and poof, fire. So the next time you're in the forest, be extra careful, okay?
If you knew it was me, would you have listened?
Hey, welcome back to Mastication Station. You stayed. That's wonderful.
That is good.
That shows dedication.
Surprising.
Because Salon Dion is singing on the other side of the wall.
That same Titanic song.
It's still going?
It's still going.
You know,
It's-
is anybody over there telling that the ship goes down?
Well, we left some cue cards hanging in the front row that it ends poorly for most people.
Yes.
But they're still like, I mean, she's got a great voice.
Well, I suppose so. Our sponsor tonight is, of course, Stuff. Now, specifically, Stuff from 1998.
Correct.
Because,
Great stuff.
you know, it's the end of the year. They're trying to push the inventory, so they're trying to get the 1998 stuff out so we can go into partying like it's 1999. So, our guest tonight is Ben Fischer, and he is a tuba player extraordinaire, card-carrying tuba player, as well as a blind rehabilitation specialist observationalist.
Something like that.
Short for BROS.
Yeah.
What was the title
Well, BROS
again?
is short for that.
What was? Short for BROS is short for that.
yeah.
What's BROS mean?
It means Blind Rehabilitation Outpatient Specialist.
So you are one of the BROS.
Yes.
And you do you'd go to people's homes, and would you explain what you do?
Right. Well, I teach people who are visually impaired how to do things for themselves at home and how to do travel skills, how to get around town if they need to independently, how to cook, how to clean, how to operate a computer, how to read your mail when you can't see it. You name it, really.
Yeah. So what's of those things, what is the most difficult to teach somebody that's blind?
Oh, it depends on, I wouldn't say there's one thing, because everybody's different. Everybody's an individual. I work with a lot of older people, so most of the time computers can be difficult, just because a lot of times a computer is necessary to do something they want to do, but they never had computer experience prior to losing vision, so it's a brand new skill, which makes a difference.
Do they have little braille things on the keyboard, like a little, just so you
well,
know?
That's one way to get around it. Yeah, and there's always lots of different ways to get around lots of things. It's kind of my specialty to find a workaround for something that doesn't work non-visually. Okay, well, what's our workaround? How are we going to make that work for you? I usually tell people, with 3 exceptions, those are the 3 I found in 9 years of doing it. If there's something you really want to do independently, there's a way to get it done without vision. It might take a lot of extra work for some things, but yeah.
So
Are some of the computers audio?
Yeah, audio.
You can actually
computer.
talk to the computer?
Yeah, exactly. Audio, or the computer talks back to you, tells you what's on the screen.
Back to Tony all the time.
Yeah, I talk back to my computer a lot too.
Yeah,
That's because
book
it's usually
reservations.
do you have to like face it towards the printer so I can find it? That kind of deal? Is that what you're talking about? Like it can't find the printer, and so you have to like turn the monitor towards the printer so it can find it?
Yeah, something like that.
I think you lost Tony at blind.
Yeah.
I just got in here actually.
Yeah.
I'm still fascinated by my
Skyline.
Vegas tie.
I like the tie.
Yeah,
Makes it
was
look like
lighting
you're
up
hollow.
earlier. How does the tuba help you to teach people that are blind?
It absolutely doesn't.
Oh,
I think they hear better.
No, I never meant to become a blind rehabilitation specialist. It was a completely...
How'd you get into it then?
I literally, well, not literally. I fell backwards into it. Yeah, figuratively. Fell backwards into it. I have a college degree in music performance with an emphasis in the tuba. And you know, when you get a degree like that, you think you'll finish college and the job offers will just come rolling in, and somehow they don't.
No.
Not at all, actually.
Tuba.
So I found myself in a position where I needed a job, any job. I had done a little bit of work with teenagers in churches and that sort of thing, and I had done, yeah, that was about it. And so some substitute teaching too. And I saw an ad in a paper for a not-for-profit. I was living in Florida at the time. That was called the Center for the Visually Impaired. They had a summer teen transition program. They needed a teacher's aide. And I said, well, I don't know anything about visual impairment other than the fact that I wear glasses. And but I've worked with teenagers, and I said, what the heck, I need a job, or at least something until I can start subbing again, because this was in the summer. I was hired for 6 weeks and did something right, and they said, go back to school and get these certifications, and we will hire you full time. And 5 years later, I was managing the department, and 7 years later, I was working for the VA, doing as a blind rehabilitation outpatient specialist.
That is a
He's
mouthful.
kind of like that guest we had with a phlebotomist.
Yeah.
Who was working at Walmart and then answered an
that's
ad, and now
right.
he's
It was
pumping blood.
Kmart.
Kmart, pumping blood. Right at ad. Right.
Yeah.
Not a lot of skills needed for that
Do you like
phlebotomist.
do you like kayaks?
No, not really. We don't get along.
Why is that?
Well, every time I get into a kayak, something bad happens. So
With your tuba or without
twice.
Twice.
And both times on more open bodies of water. I've never really tried like whitewater rafting, but I'm or whitewater kayaking. But I'm guessing it would also go poorly based on the other 2 times.
Are there closed bodies of water?
Yeah.
Bathtub.
I mean, my bathtub, sewer
Lakes?
pipe, you know, that sort of thing. They're closed.
It's a closed system.
Yeah.
I just asked.
What, did you like go upside down or what?
Well, the first time I got on a kayak, it was in Lake Erie, which just sounds like a great idea, doesn't it?
No.
Sure.
But it was up on near a little island called Gibraltar Island. It's just off of Put-in Bay, if you've ever been to Put-in Bay.
I've heard of Put-in Bay.
Okay.
Toledo.
Yeah, most people don't even realize there's islands.
There's chocolate pudding. There's
Yeah. Well, it's Lake Erie, so it kind of looks like chocolate pudding in the water. Yeah. So decided to go out, and we just take a kayak, a friend of mine and I, and we rent one for a couple hours, and we go, and on the far side of the Gibraltar Island, it's a little research island that the Ohio State University owns. There's some rocks that stick out of the ground on the other side, so the waves from Lake Erie, what waves there are, kind of come in, hit the side of the the island, which is cliffs, and then go and hit the rocks, and it just kind of makes this washing machine effect. It's kind of fun, you know. So
Unless
we're in
you're on a
between there.
kayak.
We have no experience on a kayak, so it doesn't take long till we roll. And then when we roll, I just sit and watch my glasses just kind of float away. I keep my eyes open underwater and just watch my glasses float away from.
You look like Bunsen Honeydew when you did that.
Bunsen, you're gonna have to
Professor
explain that.
Honeydew.
Yeah, remember it when Muppet Show?
Oh,
no
Bunsen.
eyes.
Okay, yeah, right.
Yeah, that was kind of fun. All right, I'm sorry.
Okay,
Quick.
so
think
no
a
eyes,
beaker.
huh? Well, anyway, I saw my glasses float away, and so I needed them. When I don't wear my glasses, I can see the big E on the top of the chart, and that's about it.
Okay.
I didn't have a spare pair of glasses. I was living on the island.
And you didn't have a chart either. So.
Yeah. So I couldn't even test it. Really. But so I'm just diving into this churning water over and over, trying to find my glasses because it was shallow enough I could touch in some places. And I must have spent close to an hour just diving in, trying to find it, not finding them. And finally, probably because I drank an amount of Lake Erie water at that point, and so I wonder I didn't get dysentery or something. So finally I said, I gotta, I've been drinking lake water, trying not to, but drinking lake water, I gotta pee. so I swim away from the search area a little bit, and, it's Lake Erie. It's the world's largest toilet anyway. So I just kind of do my business. While I'm doing it, my friend, not the friend I was in the kayak, another one, swims up, and I'm like, oh, hey, Clark, what's going on? As I'm still doing my business and not wanting to wrap myself out.
Right.
And I had borrowed a pair of goggles from somebody. I don't know why, because I can't see really. But he says, can I just see those goggles? I want to see what it looks like underneath there.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, if you want to see what's in the water, there's just a bunch of rocks and water and no glasses. And he puts those goggles on and dives in the water one time.
Oh.
And comes up with my glasses.
Wow.
I'm away from the search area. The current's taken it away. So thankfully I got them back, but I'm exhausted at this point, and I still have to paddle the kayak back. By the time I get back, I just kind of roll off the kayak onto the dock and lay there for a while.
Wow.
So that's the other time I got on a kayak. I got stranded in the Andaman Sea and had to be rescued.
Where's the Andaman Sea?
It's just off the coast of Thailand.
You've heard of Thailand.
It's near the China Sea.
Yes.
Well,
yes. I was going to say that.
Yeah, well, the other side of that Indochina Peninsula thingy.
That's close to Lake Michigan, I think.
Yeah, same water.
Peninsulas.
Yeah.
I catch you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the other time.
Wow. That sounds like a fantastic...
Thankfully, the kayak was bright pink, so when they realized I was missing, they found me pretty quick.
They could at least see it from an airplane or something.
Yeah.
And
Well,
fish you out.
Well, and maybe the middle of the Andaman Sea is an exaggeration, but we were going to kayak, a group of us, and I said, I'll use a single kayak, why not? And we were going to kayak from the shore to this little island. I asked one of the locals before we leave, well, how long do you think it'll take us? And he looks at me and just kind of laughs.
Uh-oh.
And I didn't heed anything. I'm like, I could do this. And so we just all take off. Some of them are just in better shape because they're also in single kayaks, and most of them are in double kayaks. And it's not long till I can't see anybody else.
No.
I can just kind of see the island out there.
Well, I'm glad you survived that.
Yeah.
You should have had a rope tow.
Well,
A rope tow?
Yeah. For
I
the
get about-
lead kayak, towing him.
yeah, that would have worked better than what I did because
No.
I got about 2/3 of the way out there and said, if I go all the way out there, I got to come all the way back too.
Yes.
So I turned the
That's
thing
true.
around
Yeah.
and started paddling back, but then I got caught in the tide pulling me out between the two islands.
So if you would have turned around and just waited, you'd have been in the front of the pack, coming back.
Yeah, well, except the tide was kind of going lateral too because of the,
That's okay. Put an anchor.
But in any event,
Have you ever killed a man?
nope.
How about animals?
Put that on your bucket list.
Yes,
How'd you do that?
with a Pontiac Sunday,
Oh,
Ooh.
you killed a
calf.
a calf.
Yeah, a baby
Calf.
cow.
Oh,
With a-
see,
with a-
now you're dredging up some horrible memories.
See? Well, that's tender meat.
Okay, well, I was only 16, which most stories about dumb happenings start with. I was a teenager, or
When? Okay, yeah,
or
okay.
when I was
In Texas.
imbibing or something like that.
Imbibing.
Yes.
You have raised a vocabulary.
What's that famous word the people in the South say, hey, y'all, watch
Hey, y'all,
this?
watch
Yeah, watch this. Those are famous last words.
Yeah.
Messerschmitt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hoodlums.
That's southern Germany.
That's very southern.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so
Were you driving at the
I
time?
was driving.
Okay.
Yeah, I was driving. I didn't just pick up the car and hit the cow. I'm not quite that strong.
Wow, that's very strong. It's a
Remember, I can't
matchbox
paddle a kayak against the tide. So
Well, it's the small car.
yeah. Well, it's smaller.
Yeah.
But so I was just driving home from a later evening meeting at school. I was still in high school, obviously.
Church service.
And I come over this little rise in the road, just a rise. It's not a hill. This is Northwest Ohio. There's no hills.
There's no hills.
And I see something on the side of the road with its head hanging over the side of the road, and, some sort of animal. I'm like, well, I don't know what that is, but I swerve left of center just to, so I don't take the thing's head off as I drive by. Well, that apparently spooked it.
Oh.
Have you ever watched a rodeo on TV?
Yes.
Okay. You know when they release the calf that they've got to like lasso and tie up, and how it just does this little kick thing to the back of it and then takes off running?
Yeah.
Well, this thing, after I went left of center, the shift of my lights, I don't know what it was, but it did one of those things and started charging the car.
Oh yeah.
It's go time.
Payback.
Yeah. I slammed on the brakes, but it was too late.
Did the front of your car say Ram or did it say Dodge? I forget. I don't know if it was sending a message to the cat. Ram me.
Yeah, Pontiac.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know if you can say it on TV.
It's Tibetan. It's Tibetan.
Is it Tibetan? It's Tibetan, yeah.
It might be.
It's a Tibetan phrase.
But yeah, and eventually it just, and we met. I mean, there were skid marks in the road. You could see where exactly the impact was along the skid mark.
Were you able to keep the calf?
No. No, it was... Turned out it was my neighbor's 4-H project.
Oh.
Which was not so...
It became a 2-H project.
But yeah, so...
Interesting. Yeah. So
did you have to pay for the
if we've been out west, yes. Apparently
your
that's
life.
how that works out west.
Yeah.
Like in New Mexico where they have open rangeland, if you hit a cow, the cows have the right of way. But in Ohio, it's not the case. They're supposed to be penned up.
No.
So
that's a county law, I think. I don't know.
It might be. I don't know.
Yeah. If it's licensed, properly licensed cow.
I don't know, but all I know is I went from an '89 Pontiac Sunbird to an '87 Cutlass Sierra.
Oh.
With a ashtray that just dangled by the cord of the electrical. And eventually I was duct taping the rear view mirror to the windshield. And
that sounds like you got the car where I got mine, because mine had a hole in the floor under the gas pedal.
That's when the brakes
So you
fail.
watch the road
You
go
can
by.
Fred Flintstone it?
Yes. Yeah, my wallet went through it.
Oh.
Anyway. So you said something about Tibet. You've been to Tibet.
Well, close enough.
You're too close enough, and
Yeah.
you actually sang there?
Yeah.
For someone? What was that about?
That was for a wedding. I was an exchange student. I had an opportunity to do an exchange program after college, so I spent a year as a college student in China, and yeah.
Different.
So it was a great experience. So I was learning Chinese, and I speak very little of it now because that was 12 years ago, and I have used it maybe 12 times since. For
13 today.
Yeah. But most of them were, years ago. In any event, I was taking a Chinese class from a Tibetan woman. Not sure how that worked out, but that's the way it worked out. And her brother was getting married, and she knew I had, earlier in the year, the school had a holiday party, and I had performed some American Christmas songs at the holiday party on the guitar and sang a little bit, and so she knew I sang, and so her brother was getting married, and it's kind of a tradition in Tibetan weddings that there's lots of performances by friends and
Have
family.
an American guy come sing in Tibet.
The American guy is not really a tradition, but...
An American guy, quick.
Yeah. So I think she thought it would be neat, and so she asked me, and I said yes.
In Tibetan?
No, because I wasn't learning Tibetan.
Oh, okay.
You're just learning Mandarin.
Yeah.
Like those oranges.
Oranges, yeah.
Sounds delicious.
So she asked me to play, and she said, you can just do a couple of American songs, and that's when I said, okay, I can do that. She comes back about a week later and says, well, actually, I need you to do at least one Tibetan song, because that's just kind of the tradition. You need to do something Tibetan. And
That makes sense.
so I don't like to generalize generally.
That's good.
But every Tibetan I've ever met can sing, and has a great range for singing. And so Tibetan songs have a great range, and I could barely get it. From top to bottom, it was either something was going to be way below my range or way above, but I muscled my way through it, learned the song as best I could. I decided to play it. And so, also in Tibetan culture, if during a performance like that, if somebody likes what you do, they bring up a silky white scarf and they kind of drape it over your shoulders
Like Neil Diamond.
as you're singing, and as you're still performing, you're expected to just go on. Well, apparently a lot of the guests at the wedding were just so impressed that an American took the time to learn this Tibetan song and do it, that I'm just singing along. As soon as I start, they just start coming up in droves. Like, they can't believe that I'm singing this Tibetan song, this American. That, barely. I tried to introduce myself in Chinese because most of them spoke Chinese too. And afterwards, I got a bunch of blank stares. Like I didn't quite say something.
I'm
right.
a jelly donut.
You called their niece a donkey.
But they were just so, and so they just started laying these scarves on top, laying the scarf, laying the scarf, and even though they're lightweight, eventually there's so many of them, I have to stop playing the guitar because the strings just won't.
Do you have to give the scarves
and so I have to finish this song that I can barely sing a cappella, no instrument behind me. They took all the scarves back when I was done.
What?
Yeah, they did.
What were you going to ask?
I was going to ask you, do you keep the scarves, or do you have to give them back?
No, well,
or do they take
at
them
first
back
I thought it was because I, finished so poorly once I didn't play guitar.
What was the name of the song?
It's Qingzang Gayuan, which is actually the Chinese name for the song. I don't know the Tibetan name.
Yeah.
Does that mean Rock You Like a Hurricane? Or?
Close enough.
We have all his
It's about
albums.
the plateau.
you have their albums.
We have all their albums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have them on Microfiche.
I see. Yeah.
It's Ed TV.
One last question is very important. Why is there Braille on the drive-up ATM?
Well,
if the drivers shouldn't be blind.
Yeah.
you're right.
Crash
Drivers
into
shouldn't
the
be blind.
ATM.
That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
I get people asking me, well, I want to drive a car again. I usually tell them,
Shouldn't do it.
no, don't do it. The self-driving car, Google's working on it.
Yeah.
No.
It's going to be
idea.
a while longer. Yeah. So, so maybe they're preparing for the self-driving car. I don't know. If you're riding with your friend who happens to be blind and they want to go use the ATM and you don't want to get out of the car, you could, if they're sitting in the
Drive
back
up a
seat
little
behind
further,
you, you
yeah.
just pull up a little further and then they can use it. If you look closely, there's usually a headphone jack too.
Yes, yes.
And that's because you can plug in a set of headphones and it gives you instructions on which buttons to push
So
for
now
what.
we have drivers who can't see and can't hear.
Yeah. Well, not only that though, but if you look, most walk-up ATMs have them too.
Okay.
And so I think they just don't want to make two sets of buttons. Why
That
make
sounds
two
convenient, doesn't it?
I think we should try that sometime with the headphones.
I'd like to go up to a McDonald's and ask for a Braille menu.
Yeah.
And then drive around and,
Right.
I don't know. Is that
Eat
bad?
Braille food.
Braille food? It's very, very tactile. Well, I appreciate you being here. It's been wonderful to hear about what you do for other people. I didn't actually know that. That's nice.
Yeah.
I thought you just drove a truck all day, like for donuts or something. So
That'd be a great job.
I don't know if I could do that. A truck full of donuts.
would it be empty when you got home, or what? what are you
Yeah,
saying?
well, hopefully because I'd made all my deliveries.
Eat the inventory.
Yeah,
yeah,
eating it all.
Some
Yeah.
of them might have. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope you're up for a
That
challenge.
sounds like a special kind of torture to drive a truck full of donuts
Well,
and not be allowed to eat any.
If
Donut and Coke.
They're full of diesel. I think.
Pepsi on one side, donuts on the other.
Yeah.
Pepsi and
It's like a
You'd hope for a rollover.
chuck wagon.
No, a truck. Yeah.
Yeah, something.
We
like
are the city slickers out in the west here. You're gonna rile up some cattle.
we're going to try a little
Amish.
challenge here, and this challenge is don't open it.
Don't open it.
There's something very
That is a
special
tough challenge.
inside
I
it.
mean,
Yes.
my 4-year-old will tell you this is a tough challenge. Don't open this, not yet.
We are going to try to see who opens this first.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think Lee had this idea that.
Yeah, there's
actually
going to be a
seemed
stipulation.
Yeah.
Okay.
The trick is the person who wins is the one who can open the package with the least amount of tearing and shredding. Sound simple enough?
You really were like looking for things to fill
But
the
see-
show, right? It's just-
There is an augmentation.
Yeah.
You have to be wearing a set of oven mitts. So you
Okay.
get to choose first
The good
between
news is you get to choose
a wonderful
which oven mitts you
plethora
get.
of oven mitts.
well,
Here.
I'm feeling confident, so I'll take the ones that go up to your elbow.
Oh, goodness, the big ones.
The big uns.
Yeah.
These have been dipped in. I don't know what these dipped in.
Mortar.
Hopefully stick
Yeah.
So Tony, what would you like to choose?
Well,
And
yeah, I
they're
don't
all-
choose, remember?
They're all left-handed, so
Yeah.
Are
I
you
can just flip it
left-handed? Because
upside
I want to
down.
switch. If you're
we're
left-handed,
gonna go.
it
We're
is
gonna go with the ho ho ho, and the pastel flower
No,
pattern.
no, no. Oh, this one. I like this.
And the
So-
winner will
So
receive
wait.
this
So is
set.
the winner the person that unwraps it the fastest?
No, the
or
winner is the person who
with the
unwraps
fewest
it with the
rippage?
fewest amount of shredding.
So speed is not important here.
Not
Speed
really.
kind of is, because the last guy couldn't even open it.
Well, that was 20 minutes long. And the winner will receive this fine set. And look at this.
It says Yaj.
They're for both hands.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Okay. All right, and Lee's going to say go.
So again, studio audience, let's count it down. 3,
Wait.
2.5,
He's got to tie the belt on him.
2 1/4, 2, 1, go.
Oh, wait, you said speed's not a matter.
Look at that. Saboteur.
Speed doesn't matter.
Sabotage.
I just remembered you said speed didn't matter. I was all psyched. I've seen your show before. I know most things are based on speed.
They all cheat.
I know most.
I like that. Was good television right there.
That was.
I know most of them were based on speed. So
That was what normally you would have done.
I would have done that. I could do that.
Do I jump? Yes.
Oh, is it 2 in a row tonight?
But you're tearing it.
But I'm opening it.
I'll open it. You just wait and see. This will be open.
And we only have studio time for a while. So.
Yeah.
And the Salon Dion will come back for us. That was one piece.
That was.
So wait. Is the total number of tears or the total number?
Oh, just rip it open.
What?
Do it in one piece and you'll win.
Do it in one piece and you win?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Tony's at 2 pieces. 2 big pieces.
Oh, I think I'm up to 3.
Oh.
Oh, it looks like Tony. What do you think, studio audience? Tony's won again. Yay!
Yay. Hey, everybody. Thank Ben Fischer for being here.
Thanks, Ben. Getting to know you.
We'll be right back after this.
Today, thousands of men share a common desire to be more fit, but many of them also share a common problem. Sensitive skin irritated by shaving. That's why there's AFTA, the rich, good-smelling lotion, clinically proven to soothe razor-scraped sensitive skin so it looks and feels more fit. Use AFTA before you run off to face the world. Sensible care for sensitive skin. AFTA Aftershave Skin Conditioner. I'm Menon.
We're live. Hey! Which cam? Oh, that one. Okay. Welcome back. The show's almost over, and I can barely stand up myself because I am in the Barbie's Malibu Dream House. This is a very small studio, but we're behind Salon Dion. She just finished her big number about that big song was Nights of Endless Pleasure or something like that. Oh, Titanic.
That too. That was one night of endless pleasure that ended poorly.
Yeah, it did sink. Yeah, they all perished.
I kind of like this studio.
You like this one?
Well, we're at the Sands Hotel.
Yeah.
And we got our rooms really cheap because there's a planned demolition tomorrow.
Yeah, which will be attended.
So as we're missing a whole wall behind us, and this
Yeah,
you would pay premium if this was a regular room with this skyline.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
But one wrong step and you're a goner.
There's no railing.
There's no window here.
No balcony. There's no railing.
We are out in the open.
There was a little card on at least on my bed, I don't know about your bed, that said, "Don't go to the edge."
Yeah. I thought that was like a spiritual thing, but they meant my room.
No, you had mints. That's all you had. But I had to take the mints. And the minibar was not.
I should take this as a hint. They're okay with me going to the edge, but not you.
Not me. Because I'm the talent.
I'm inexpendable or expendable.
You're inexpensive. one of those two things. But I like being in Vegas. Last week we were Flagstaff.
Yeah.
Now we're in Vegas.
This is our tour de France or de force.
Maybe we should get some dirt.
I think so.
Some sand. I would have been not a good person to have in that car. Because I'm thinking Chevy Chase vacation. Yeah, the worst things that will happen.
Putting somebody on top of the car, tying them down.
Grandma in the car, but she's
a
dog. Well, this is our holiday show.
Yeah. Hey, happy holidays, everybody. Season's greetings to you and yours and next of kin and all that stuff.
Kwanzaa and Hanukkah and Christmas.
Yep, Ramahana Kwanzmas, I think they call it.
I think that's in Tibetan.
Yeah, that's a Tibetan phrase. Ramahana Kwanzmas means pass the potatoes.
Pass the potatoes and no gravy. It's
only in December. So, hey, if you'd like to contact us, you can email us. I think I'll put it right about here in this little area right here. Right there it is.
Expand it.
Expand it. Yep.
And condense it.
And expand it. And it's called masticationstation@yahoo.com.
Let's take it at an angle.
Oh,
go down. Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
I'm getting to see
This is fantastic.
That was pretty awesome.
Wait till that
there you
comes
go.
out. Masticationstation@yahoo.com. For any comments, spoofs, squits.
You can't say it on camera. You can't say that on air.
Skits. Spoofs, humorous vignettes.
You could probably send in ideas for challenges.
Ideas for challenges, because I must be getting kind of desperate because we're opening gifts with oven mitts.
That was, well, you won this one. This was the first one I think you've ever won, legally, without cheating.
And I didn't even practice.
No,
so,
there's no practice involved.
I was going to have them inside out and us upside down while balancing a spoon on our nose.
I don't want to see you upside down.
But
there's parts of you that are going to be moving that I don't think the crowd wants to see.
They don't stop moving after a while.
No.
So, anyway, you can email us at masticationstation@yahoo.com. And give us some suggestions also on locations. If you want us to come to your neighborhood,
your town,
or at least your town, maybe not your neighborhood, because that'd be a little proximity issue.
Yeah, we did get an email that there was a request for another Mystery Science little
movie talk.
Movie talk. There was a request for movie talk.
We've had actually several requests. If you want to go back to a previous episode,
6.
I don't know, 6.
6.
Was it 6?
I don't know. Sounded good.
Somewhere below 8. You can see
Definitely
movie talk where we heckle the movie and rude the day. So
rude the day.
Rude the day.
I like that.
And we'll be back next year. Have a good whatever time it is the year that you're having this viewed.
This time with your family.
Yes, and pass potatoes. Have a good evening. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
See you.